Hi, girlies. Welcome to Book Please Podcast. It's Elina here.
Hey, guys. It's Amanda.
We have a very, very, very special guest with us and an extremely special announcement today.
This is my new baby.
Yes.
I rescued him the day before Valentine's Day.
Oh, my goodness. A dog mother is among us.
I am a cutie.
Amanda got a puppy. This is little Enzo. Congratulations. How are you
like
feeling? How are you doing? Look at little. It's
Giving
like
a Lion
Simba.
King
Yes,
moment, exactly.
yes.
All right, Mommy will leave you alone.
How
All
are
right.
you? You want to hook him back in his little bed so that we
Yeah,
can.
he's like over me.
He's going to sleep. He's such a good boy. He's such an angel.
So I saw him on a rescue page.
Yes.
And he was just so cute. I
Yep.
texted you quick and you were like, call them.
I was like, because you were like, maybe I'll go get him next week. And I was like, girl, just make sure, like, because what they do
They
is
go quick.
even if you want to pick him up in a week, you have to like lock him down if you want him or go see him, because especially like a puppy at a rescue and a small dog, like you gotta fight.
Oh, yeah. And she's like, you can come today. And if you don't take him, the next person in line will. I'm like,
Yeah.
excuse me.
That's how it is. And I was the same way with Cash. When we adopted Cash, I even said, like, we're going to put a deposit down because, like, we fell in love. And it was just supposed to be me, like, going to see the dog and then bringing my boyfriend the next, like, after I went while he was away at work. So he was going to come, like, over the weekend and see the puppy. But I fell so in love and we were FaceTiming and he's like, just get the dog. And when I was like, oh, I want to put a deposit down because we had nothing, just like you, no bed, no bowls, no food, no wee-wee pads. So I was like, can I come tomorrow? I'll put down a deposit for the dog to save him. And then the guy's looking at me. He's like, you sure you don't want to just leave with him right now?
There's no way. You'd be thinking about him the whole time.
I was like, okay, fine. And we did it. So tell us. So you went there.
Mm-hmm.
You saw him.
Yeah, so she had a lot of dogs just running around.
Yes.
And he was so little and tiny, and all the other dogs were like trembling over him.
He is like 2 pounds, like wet.
Do I sound okay?
Yeah, you sound great.
I don't know if I'm losing my mind.
Just you can maybe go closer to the mic or something.
I feel like I can't hear it, but maybe I'm crazy.
Maybe your headphones sound is down. Let me studio tings. Please hold. Sing,
Technical difficulties.
Amanda, sing us a musical interlude.
La 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 la.
Did your headphone sound go up at all?
Hello? Actually, it's fine. I think I'm just losing my mind.
Okay.
So I went there and there was probably like 20 dogs.
Yeah.
They were all trembling. This poor little guy, like running all over him.
Yeah.
His best friend was like this deaf dog that was like 6 months old.
Oh my goodness.
Such a cutie. And then he liked my cousin more than me, and I was already like,
you were like, no, I am your mother.
like,
Hello.
He's just the ride.
That is so funny. Yeah. Like you're not going home with this man.
Yeah. So then she gave him his first shot. Then, okay, stop biting on that. Then she gave me a can of food.
Yes.
Kind of like you mentioned, I had nothing.
Yeah.
So I brought him home. And then when I was in the car, I was like, he was sleeping on me. And I was trying to get his attention. So I started like snapping at him. And I was like, maybe he's just distraught.
He's
like,
not responding.
Yeah, he's not responding. Like maybe he's just overwhelmed. And then I take him home, try everything. I'm like, and I text her, I go, I think my dog's deaf.
Yeah. And I was like, there's no way. Like he's just, because you would think like the rescues have this shit down. Like they disclose literally everything. Even if it's like a minuscule thing, their worst thing is like to have someone take a dog, get them comfortable, bring them into a family and a home, and then return the dog. And so even on the rescues posts where you got little Enzo, it was like, this dog is deaf or this dog is special needs, can't have kids in the home, like they all have a disclaimer. And Enzo didn't have one.
Nope. And
Which
I
is
knew the other
fine.
dog was deaf, so I was
Right.
like, oh.
Which is fine.
I still love him.
But you should certainly know, because this is something that you need to be the best dog parent you can be for your little baby. So then I come over.
Yeah. And you're like, no
And
way.
I was
And I'm like, girl.
get in my car. Bitch, we're going shopping. We went to multiple stores.
Yes.
We went to PetSmart, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Home Goods. We got the bedding. We got everything he needed and then some. And we got him his little name tag, his toys, his food. And then we were squeaking the toys. Nothing. We were clapping. We would do any and everything. We were researchers, scientists. We were all the things.
I was a vet for the day.
And you know what it is too? He's so happy. He's so special. He's so like happy-go-lucky, like just jumping around, following us everywhere. Like he's just like, I'm just happy to be here. Like he's so perfect in every single way, shape, form, and idea. Like I don't know what you just don't think like, oh, like, that anything's wrong. And then we're like, he's really not reacting to sound.
I came to terms with it when I was home.
Yeah.
And everyone else was like, no, you don't. I was like, you know what? On the way after picking him up, I call a vet. The vet you sent me?
Yes.
Literally had him for like 10 minutes and I was like, I need to call the vet.
Yes.
And they're like, okay. I was like, I need, what is it? Like a wellness check,
A physical.
Yeah, physical. Like I just rescued a dog. I think he may be deaf.
Yeah.
I want you to check his teeth,
yeah.
age, all those things. So then I went in the next day and I hear them take him to the back and I hear them like doing the test. Like I hear the squeaky and like the snapping and the clapping. And I'm like,
you're like, I already did all that, doc.
Damn. And then they come in and they're like, good news. He's healthy. I'm like,
yes.
Is my dog deaf? And they were like,
I need to
know. They were like, yes. Oh. And I just start crying. And they're like telling me other things. And I'm like, oh, my poor baby. I feel for him.
Yes.
But, and they're like, it's fine. He's just going to take a little longer to train. You're going to have to sign with him. And I'm like,
honestly, he could not have had a more perfect mommy. He's so lucky. Like even people saying to you, like, look, tell her or swap out the dog or
like,
this.
No.
You would never. And like, he's so special. He's a gem. Like I'm so in love with this dog. And it's like, yes, like I love dogs, but I have my own dog. And like my dog is like you look at your baby and you're like, there's nothing greater than this thing on this earth. And I can see other dogs and appreciate them. But like the love I have for my dog specifically is like just out of this world.
Oh, yeah.
But I literally love him so much. He is so special. Like I'm not just like, oh, he's so cute. He's a dog. Like I have so much love for him. He is my family. We have taken him on so many adventures already. And you know what? I am so traumatized because my dog has a thing with sounds. Like he gets noises, startle, scare him. He gets anxiety. So anytime we're somewhere with little Enzo, you had him at a bar. He was
had him at a club.
You had a not a club, but like he's sleeping and he's in your little bag and he's just not. He's just like, and he's so happy.
He's so happy.
He's so loved. He has everything and more that he could want and need. Like he's so special.
I don't think there's anything wrong with. Like I look at him and I think he's perfect. Like I talk to him and I'm like, oh, he can't hear me, but then I like
it doesn't matter.
It's fine.
Yes,
it's fine.
And he can see that you're making expressions and things, and we're using our little hand signals, and he's learning. And he's what, 2-3 months old.
Make sure to follow him on TikTok.
Yes,
It's Enzo
at It's Enzo on TikTok. And we're doing the little training steps and everything. He's already like potty trained. Like do you know how long it took me to be able to sleep with my dog in the bed?
Dead.
Your dog gets down from the bed and goes on the pad already. He's 2-3 months, and you've had him for less than a week.
Yeah, I would say
or exactly
pains.
a week today. Exactly a week. Oh my gosh, week anniversary.
You're right.
Oh my goodness. Doesn't it feel like how did you ever live without him?
Oh, I feel like I don't know my life without him now. Like it's just
and
every time I'm out, I have a little camera and I'm like, how's my
yes.
He's crying for me.
And it's like your mind will never fully be anytime you leave. It will always be on him. So now let's talk about it. Do you not understand me a little better?
I do. I even got him a stroller. I'm like a crazy dog mom.
You didn't let me get a stroller for my dog. And now you got one on like day 3.
We got one together.
Well, then I was allowed to. So I got one. Do you know what it is? Like I want to go. I have a shopping center downstairs from my complex, and I want to just keep him in there so I can shop at my leisure and not have to be like him running through the aisles, him putting things in his mouth. It's so annoying. I can never take him when I go on these excursions. So like now I can.
I'm like grateful for it because I think about when I walked into the place and all the dogs that were yapping. I was like, oh hell no, I could have been rescuing one of those yappers. And then he was so quiet. I was like, oh, he's so cute and innocent. And I'm like, oh,
because he's deaf.
Yeah, you can't hear nothing.
But honestly, he's perfectly made for you. Like
doesn't
you
bark,
need him to like
nothing.
just be able to hang. Doesn't really make a sound. Listens, and he's just one big ball of love. He's so happy. He hops. It's like he's floating around. He's so teeny
like
tiny.
Bunny,
You can't even see like how tiny he is. Whenever I see photos and videos, I'm like, nobody understands that he is literally fits in my pocket.
He's the cutest.
And then also doesn't. Tell me now you don't understand too why it's hard to be punctual when you have a dog. It's hard.
I know. I was like, girl, I'm running late. I got to walk him. I got to make sure he goes number 2.
Do you think I'm going to be on time? Like, I'm walking my dog. Like, and it's hard because even if you're on time, like, that's when they don't want to poop. That's when the things aren't together. Then you got to get the food. Forget it. It's a whole thing. I got to set him all up before I leave.
And then finding out what treats he likes. I tell you not, like my family bought so many treats for him. They get delivered and he likes nothing. He likes like the chicken meatballs and that's it. And then I didn't read the back and they're like, oh, if they're under this weight, give them half. And I've been giving him full ones.
Your family, first of all, you have set him up with everything, but your family has set you up with the treats, with the everything. You just like get a new thing every day. He already has.
I even have a book to learn how to.
Lifetime of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have like a guide to owning a deaf dog. Like and that's what I'm saying. Like you're gonna give him all the love and all like the extra special attention. Like you were meant for each other. It was so meant to be. I'm just waiting for the day that you tell this ho-ho, this rescue lady. Like,
I'm like
listen,
so annoyed. I have to go back for a second shot. So I think that's when I'm like, by the way, ho.
Yeah, bitch. I'm just more pissed.
No, I'm grateful though.
I'm so grateful because he's perfect. I wouldn't change a thing and I know you wouldn't either. However, it's reckless to do because if you were not you and somebody got this dog who was, and you know what? Maybe that's why. They don't really know his story. Was he abandoned because he was deaf and had, we don't know. And if you give this dog to the wrong person so easily and you don't, and they have no idea, like not everyone is going to have your mindset.
I went back on the page and I was like, maybe she said it somewhere. Maybe I missed it. And my cousin with me was like, no, she didn't say nothing like that.
Yes.
So, but no, I think it was just meant to happen.
And I mean, not even the post, like she would have told you there.
Yeah. It was.
So that was really
I think she did not have him long. You're not a ho-ho, but like,
I'm sorry.
Do better.
I shouldn't be saying
I know.
that.
I feel bad too. Like this lady's rescuing dogs. We don't mean that. We were just
dial it back.
Yeah.
That was my friendship defending line. Like I am like.
I'm not even going to say the rescue now because I feel bad.
No, but, we're not. We're not. We didn't plan to.
Yeah, no. But regardless, like I feel like at first I was like, oh my God, this is going to be so tough. Like I was like, but it's been so easy. And he's so smart.
So good.
He knows how to lay down, get up, sit. Like he's
so
been good. He's been good.
He
knows mommy's mad face.
Yes. No, you have come into motherhood so very well.
I'm taking applications for a dog dad.
Oh, yes, she is.
You got to be patient.
But yes, but not just anybody can be Enzo's dad.
No.
So like only the best of the best can apply.
Yes, agreed.
So yes.
You will vet them.
I will for sure. And I just want to say congratulations.
Thank you. Our family's growing.
Our family's growing. I could cry my eyes out just thinking about this whole thing. Like it is so special. He is everything. And I'm wishing you guys the happiest little life.
I wouldn't trade him for the world.
Yeah, he's perfection. And look at him. So silent. He's
nothing.
I'm sorry. He's sleeping. Mommy's working. Girl.
I know.
I'm really dead.
I'm just like, I'm like hopeful. I'm like, maybe his baby and his hearing just didn't come in yet.
Oh my God.
I'm like, but now I know I need to accept it. Once the vet was like, yeah, this, I was like, okay.
And you're very like paranoid mom. Like you're like he's losing baby teeth, normal. And you're like, is this supposed to happen? I'm like, everything's good. Like,
I'm like,
worry.
Is he really
you're
old?
Like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take his bed out of the crate because he keeps like, it's okay. Like you gotta let him be sometimes. Like you're doing amazing, and I'm so happy for you.
Like being out, I'm just like, I want to be home with my baby. Who am I?
Yes. See, you will never feel the same when you leave. Even if you just like go to the market, you're gonna feel mom guilt. You're gonna feel all the things. And you know what, girl? I just want to say, you just got a brand new place. You have a dog, and you just got a car last week.
Yes.
You literally from the last time that we have seen our booklets, you now have a dog and a new car.
That reminds me.
And you got your new place
Armando,
a couple weeks
Carlos, Honda, Coral Springs. Love you guys.
Yes. Thank you. We told y'all we would do the shout out.
Yes,
you got the deal done.
Yes.
So
but I need my car seat fixed.
Go see Armando. Yes. Go see Armando for the for all your Honda needs.
And finance, Carlos will have you in and out. I was like,
Yeah.
Carlos, I want to sign and go. Sign and go.
Literally. That was so funny. We went together and with Enzo. It was such a day.
It was a day.
It was such a day. And then of course we had to have our drinks after and celebrate, and wow.
I must say I had a tequila Moscow Mule for the first time, and it was really good.
Was it?
Yeah.
I had a margarita. I had to do it up.
Traditional, of course.
Yes. Very exciting.
Thank
very
you.
happy for you.
Thank you.
Wishing you so many blessings.
Thank you. And I'm obviously dating or whatever. And the dating app asked a question like, are you okay with travel? And I said, not that I have a dog now. No, I'm not traveling to anyone. Can't take my baby with me.
What?
No.
We're not going to Europe.
Meanwhile, like before it ends, I would have been like, where am I going?
Yeah.
I'll come anywhere.
Well, he's going to also help, keep mommy in check.
Tame me, yes.
Yeah.
Mommy be home every night.
Mommy's going to be home every night.
No more hanging out with Uncle Chris, who keeps me out late.
Oh, yes. Well, that's just a friend, so that's different. But yes. Okay. So, yeah, very exciting. So
okay, what about you? What's going on in the world of Elina?
Well, fun update.
Mm-hmm.
I was on TMZ this past week, and that was so much fun.
Queen.
Thank you guys for having me on your live show. It was so funny because I recorded live, and then they told me like however many minutes later, like it would go live on television. And my cousin Athena, shout out to that queen, because she like put it on and she's like sat and we're trying to find it and like watch it, because in every market like it's on a different channel on a different time, and we're like, how do we find TMZ? And so she just like FaceTimed me and like sat on watch, like waiting for my segment. It was so cute and funny. She recorded it, like that video that like everyone was like reposting, that you reposted for me, which is so cute. Like, thank you guys for all the love. I felt so loved.
I feel like my bestie's a celebrity.
No, we both are, honey, book please bitches. That's
make
right.
Make us rich.
Make us rich. So I did your peace sign.
We want to be rich bitches.
Yes. So yeah, no, that was such a fun experience. And I will just say, because you know me, I have to be silly and be deep for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, do your thing, sis.
But I have been in like a weird situation that I've never been in before, because ever since I like started my career as a journalist, I have always been working like straight from college and worked in newsrooms for the past 11 years. And a couple months ago, well, right during the holidays, my news network went off air, and they just like told us and like left us high and dry. And it was like maybe almost 300 people. And I have talked about this briefly, that of us like established journalists, like we've won Emmy Awards, like our network has just done huge things. And it was just sad to see like everything that we've done just kind of fall apart in literally a day. It just goes off air and it's over. So it was really sad. And I have been, don't even get me started with the job market. But
I don't even ask anymore because I feel so bad.
It's so crazy.
I know.
And it's hard not to get in your head, because it's like I have a really established career that I'm proud of and passionate about. And I feel like I send out so many applications. I go above and beyond, and I'm like, why? Like, what is going on? But I hear this from so many people, and even the people I have to look at, also my peers who are literally so well established, so well known, like have so many more awards and like more seasoned and older than I am, and they're in the same boat. So I'm like, okay, like it's not a personal thing. And by
the way,
yes,
my girl, hardworking, the best. Any company would be lucky to have her.
Yes, let them know.
My job doesn't have an opening, otherwise I'll hire her.
Let them know. Any journalists? Any journalists that are
social
needed?
media? You could do it all.
Yes, I do. I do social media for news networks too.
She'll do anything. Yes. But she needs to be on TV.
I don't know about that. But anyways, I thank you. So it's like you get in your head a little bit. And one day I had been thinking about this for a long time, and then you and I just kind of said it out loud to you. And you just gave me that push. And I was like, you know what? I keep seeing these like dream jobs of like entertainment news stuff that like I love to do, which you guys know is no secret. I don't shut up about it. And I was like, you know what? I've been thinking like, I just want to make my own like entertainment news TikTok. Like while I sit and wait for, to hear back, and while I'm applying, like, why don't I just create my dream job for myself? So I literally made a TikTok at Elina here. And I've had it for maybe like 2 weeks, I want to say.
Blowing up.
Not even. But well.
Girl, I love your comment section.
Not true.
I'd be all up in it.
I barely have followers, but like one of my videos did really well. But amazing. I have just been like, you know what? Let me just start doing it by myself. Within 2 weeks of me creating that, TMZ sent me a message. And they were like, hey, we love your videos. Like, would you like to come on our show? And it just goes to show, like, don't get too discouraged. Like, believe in yourself. And if, we're always going to have moments where these things happen, but like, you can still, don't just be discouraged from like waiting on everybody else to do something. Like, be sure of yourself and make life what you want it to be. And I was like, you know what? Let me just do this. And I felt like embarrassed. I was like, is this weird? Should I just do? I just bit the bullet. I did it. And you and I talked about it. And the next day I was like, okay, I'm saying this out loud. By tomorrow, I'm going to have my TikTok. And I did it. And then 2 weeks later, I was on TMZ.
It's your
and
calling.
They already asked me to come back next
amazing.
month. And I'm going to go on TMZ again next month. So that's really fun. But I would just say to people that, you know, are in not even a job thing, but like when you're in a boat like that, like you control what you can control. And then the other things, like you do as much as you can. And sometimes you just have to realize that this is just a moment in time and this too shall pass. There are so many times where I've been in like the worst headspace or something happened to me in life, or I went through a breakup, or I this or that, and it feels like the biggest thing in the moment. But then you also know that like this is just a moment in time. I am not going to be going through this for the next 10 years of my life. It's just what I'm dealing with right now. And going back to like what I said at the beginning of the year, which rings so true, I'm grateful that this is my problem. I have a beautiful home. I am okay. I have plenty of food, everything I need. I enjoy myself. I still go out.
Healthy?
I'm healthy. I have beautiful friends, family, loved ones. And I'm so very blessed, and I will be fine.
Yes. I'm not very religious, but I always think like God's timing's everything. Like,
for sure.
I think, you know, you could be someone that just settles on something because you need to pay bills, but you're not. You're going to take your time, find what you really want. And I think, you know, TMZ could be a door that opened for you. Someone can catch that.
Yeah.
And, have you checked your LinkedIn? No, okay.
Oh, I didn't respond to your comment.
Which one?
Oh, my LinkedIn for TMZ.
I meant like, now that like, you're on TV.
Because I was thinking, I was like, oh, shoot. I didn't respond to all the people commenting about my video. But yes, I know. I have checked and I'm waiting. But I will say, like, and even still, like, this podcast is such a testament to that also, where this is my passion. Like, even though maybe in my day-to-day job, I was working in newsrooms doing national and international news. And sometimes it's not always what I want to be writing about and researching and interviewing about. Also teaches me a lot. It expands my palette. I learn things and I learn other skills too, to be like quick on deadlines about a subject matter I know nothing about. Like it helps enhance my skills. But what I love to do is I love this. I love our girl talk. I love entertainment news. I love books. I love reading. Like, so this is where I fill my cup.
And I will say, Barstool, anyone, if you want to buy us,
Dear
talk about
media,
we'll talk about whatever you want us to talk about. Yeah.
100%.
You could choose
we
the topics.
Should just start pitching. I'm gonna start being like, listen, I'm gonna use my manifesting skills.
We are two beautiful women that love to read.
Yes,
you need that on your. You need that on your.
We can read. Do you want to know something crazy? When I first, mind you, I'm getting all those unhinged comments on my TikTok because I basically said 2 seconds. I mentioned this last week, but I said 2 seconds of like, why is everyone booing Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl? People are like, you're so superficial, or, oh, get back in the kitchen. Who said you could have an opinion? Like, people are saying,
and it's all guys. Most of it's guys.
Things. Go get more Botox. I have never had Botox in my life. Let me go on record. Yes, and you look fucking
Shout
gorgeous.
out the beauty clinic.
Yes,
on
you
Federal.
look amazing, and I fucking fully support it. Like, if I had the money, honey, bitch.
Oh, I don't got the money. My credit cards be like, stop it, stop it.
But you look great.
Thank you.
But yeah, it's just funny, like all the commentary. But I remember when we launched our podcast and we made our big announcement posts, like we obviously did it on our Book Please handles at Book Please Podcast. Follow us. But when we did it on our individual pages, like I also made my own little personal announcement to my own little Instagram community. And I remember somebody commented and said, "Hoes be reading."
Yes, we do.
Who's a hoe?
That's a compliment. You think I look like one?
But I'm just saying, like, what kind of a man randomly comments on some girl's TikTok, "Hoes be reading"? Yeah, you fucking dumb ass motherfucker.
Let's create a shirt that
and we're gonna
that.
read this and not respond to your messages, texts, and nothing. Okay, like
hoes be ignoring too.
Like, yeah, there we go. At hoes be ignoring.
It's always you know this. I love fighting with men on social media. I love it. I love it. I'm like, Carl,
You love to do like a little name drop situation. It just
Jennifer
makes them so small when you're
that
like,
energy.
Listen, Penny, listen, all right? Like that is the best when you call them by their name.
And then
they're
they're yelling. They're like, "Why do you care?" I'm like, "Honey, why do you care?"
Yes.
That energy, like, go to yoga.
I'm doing this because I'm doing entertainment news TikToks. But what are you?
And then I'm like, "Thank you for your engagements." I'm like your little your social media like attacker.
Yes, you are. You are my Khaleesi dragon.
I love it.
I'm just kidding, but cringe.
But
yes, that is so funny.
So keep them coming. Keep them engaged. Tell them again. What's your handle? What's your handle? Tell them again.
At Elina here on TikTok, and you can follow my nephew at It's Enzo on TikTok as well.
Yeah.
And if you have any experience with a deaf dog, have any advice, tips, tricks, and
let a sister know.
Let a sister know. And if not, you go blow up his TikTok comment section. Tell him how cute he is and how he's doing great with his training and how great his mama's doing.
She's trying.
Yes.
She's trying. I just want to spoil him. I wish I was a rich bitch for you.
But here's the thing. When you're a dog mom, it doesn't matter how much money you don't have. You have all the money for your dog.
Oh.
Like, it just
when I was filling out the rescue form, they're like, if he has medical issues, how much are you willing to pay for? I said, and then I was like, I will pay whatever.
Endless money.
Endless. I will figure it out.
Yes.
I would start a GoFundMe.
Yes.
I know there's those people that love donating to dogs.
Yes. You just need to make a
shout out,
Auntie.
Auntie.
I cannot even scroll past those videos on social media where it's like a dog and oh my God, and they're like asking for help. I'm like, I'm gonna help you all.
I'm like, take my money and give me your dog. Yeah. I want to save you and keep you.
Give me the dog and I'll take it from here.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so stupid. But true.
Oh my God, my dream man would be someone that has a deaf dog too, or even blind.
Could
and we
you
can like
imagine?
co-parent
Oh my
together.
God. Oh my
I know you have a
God.
good heart.
I can't. I know. Or like I love the dogs that I see that like have 3 legs and they're just so happy and they're oh my
ones
God.
that have little wheels, the little
like
wheels.
I just want to hug the parents and just say like thank you. One time my doctor actually said that to me and made me cry because my dog was having some stomach issues and he was like, we could be aggressive with this. We can keep him overnight. We can put him on fluids. We could do all this and da-da-da-da. Or we can wait and see, but I don't know. And I was like, Doc.
Do it.
Doc.
Do it.
Hook him up. And so the next day, and mommy didn't sleep all night. Her baby wasn't
I remember that. I was
not well.
Yeah.
I was, forget it. But the next day when I got him, he was doing so amazing. And the doctor like held my hand and he said, thank you for letting me do what he really needed done. And I was like, Doc, I can't.
Bro, if I could give a kidney to my dog, I would. Yes. It's like that serious.
100%. Do you need an ear, my little Duffy? Like, have an ear. I'll take the other ear.
Bro, and are you part of, you have a ring. So there's like this neighbor group, right?
Yes.
And people will tell you about missing dogs and all this stuff. And one lady posted that her dog was like attacked by 3 pits and like the dog ended up making it. I said, I'd be in jail.
Yes.
I'd be in jail.
No, 100%.
I kill all those dogs. Kill the owners.
But it's not that. It's the owner.
I killed them too. They all died.
No,
but those dogs, they can't come back from that. They are the way they are. They can't be saved.
I have like a thing where it just to me.
If it was your baby though.
No, I understand, but I'm just saying it's all on the owner, and it makes and then I feel bad for their dogs too because look at what you did to them. You didn't care for these dogs. Like I can't handle that.
And then she posts pictures. I was like,
yeah.
What's the address?
Yeah.
Tell me the address right now not to go there.
That's crazy.
Oh, my heart. I'm just
People
I can't
horrible.
Even imagine my baby. I would
No,
I would catch a case for you.
Don't even. Yeah.
I would catch a case for you.
Let's not even go there.
Okay. I'm not gonna think about it.
Let's talk about some news that like keeps on giving that we wish it wouldn't. That we wish it would not.
That could be so many things. It could be
Keep
Kanye.
on giving.
It could be Blake and
it's Blake and it's Blake and Justin. It's not Kanye this time. We're done with him.
Okay.
Even though he came out and he said, after some reflection, I'm not a NAZI. Let me not even say the word.
Oh.
Because he was proclaiming that he was an NAZI and then selling those anti-Semitic shirts with the symbol.
Make it make sense.
And then now he said, after some reflection, I think I'm not one. Bro, go get checked out. Go sit somewhere and get some drogas. Go to Wendy Williams.
We got to put him and Elon in a
Take Wendy
little,
Williams' room and let her out. Okay, Kanye? Go take Wendy's room. Let Wendy out. She's fine. We see the system. They're trying to Britney Spears her ass. Let her be.
Yep.
Let Wendy be. Go put Kanye in that room.
Shouldn't have fucked with
Make
Beyonce.
Sure he's good. Because I really miss the old Kanye. Not to quote him. And
it's gonna get worse with age.
And something is Wrong. And I think that his mother was the only person that would be able to check him. And she is unfortunately no longer with us. And I feel like since he has lost that, he has lost his mind. And she was so important to him. Like, I think that contributed.
I think she was tasing him.
He spiraled.
Stop saying crazy shit.
He spiraled after that. Mm-hmm. And I just feel bad. And this is really a sick person. And free Bianca too. Anyways. Okay.
No, Bianca don't want help. That bitch is with it.
No, she does. She just doesn't know yet.
Bianca, I will start a GoFundMe to get you a ticket out of this country.
She's from Australia.
Go
back.
Yes, you have big spiders and bugs, but fuck it. Kanye's crazy.
Don't you come from my country?
Okay, then go back there.
There's crazy.
You guys
I have a house there.
You have crazy insects. Don't tell me you don't. You see the spiders over there?
I've never seen one in my life. Do you know how many times I've been there?
I don't know.
Facebook,
don't be lying.
That's like me saying to you, you got alligators, you got crocodiles everywhere.
Well, no, we don't have them everywhere.
Exactly.
Okay,
do you see what I'm saying?
Oh, no.
That's what it is. People are going to be like, oh, my God, Florida with the crocodiles in your house. Like, it's not like that. People think the kangaroos cross the street.
Listen, they could be in your
backyard. The
backyard.
Are in the woods. They're not in the street. Yeah. People think that the trees have koalas in them.
They're not. I love the
They're
kangaroos,
not in your
though.
trees.
They're like people.
They're
looking for a fight.
I went to a sanctuary there, and I got to pet like baby ones, and they're so cute. But the big ones, they jacked AF.
Bro, I'm just like, I want one.
It's crazy.
Time a guy fuck with me, beat him up.
Not to
okay, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good.
We went off on a tangent.
No, you're good. I got a text and I got nervous that it was a studio owner, so I had to do a quick check.
Because we talked too much.
I'm sorry, yes. Okay, but it was your fault that the studio was messed up, so we had to delay. And we had to delay this episode because of them. It wasn't our fault. This was not our fault. We're sorry that the episode didn't come out on Wednesday.
Yeah, you better hope you don't listen to this episode.
We're so unhinged.
I know.
And he's like watching from the security.
I know.
footage.
He's like, these bitches.
Let's get to it. Justin and Blake. Justin versus Blake, I guess. Anyways, so basically, as we've seen this whole saga play out, which we're so tired of seeing play out, basically, like, they've taken two extreme routes here. Like, Justin Baldoni is like, here's all my cards. Go to my website and see everything I have. And this is how, like, this is, like, really the truth here. And then Blake and Ryan, after that, like, whole complaint dropped, have been radio silent. So it's not like they're not defending themselves, but they're just staying quiet. They're staying out of it. They're not in the public eye. They didn't go to the Golden Globes and whatever. Mm-hmm. Now they have made their first public appearance, still not commenting or rebutting their trial date is set for 2026. So it's not for another, I think March 2026. So it's not for another year that anything's coming out. So I was like, okay, maybe they're just going to like be like, you know what? We're not playing this back and forth.
Teach their own.
And then next year, like, we'll deal with it at trial and our lawyers are going to handle it and we're not going to do this.
That's why they get paid the big bucks.
So, yeah. So, like, whatever. I was like, all right, that's your prerogative. Mm-hmm. But now I guess they're trying to just be like going back to normal life. But it's like, you know, it's been a lot.
And everyone wants to know.
And everyone wants to know. And everyone is so passionately obsessed with this, specifically with Justin. So it's like, it's not a great look, whatever they do.
Justin cult.
Whatever they do, the Baldoni
crew,
like
Nazis, pick-me girls,
literally
the
crazies. And we're not saying like he's not a victim or she's not a victim.
We're not
like,
saying that.
I think, you know, you can find wrong on both ends. I'm going to say that. But so now I guess Blake and Ryan were ready to like be like, okay, we're going to step our toe back into the world. But they did it in a big way. They went to SNL 50, the anniversary show, and the hosts, like, you know how they do the little skits and they interact with like people in the audience, like, or sometimes the host will just make a joke and like maybe the person in the audience doesn't know, but like Ryan is clearly in on the joke, like he was part of their little bit. The host says something, oh, Ryan Reynolds is here. And he's like, hey, guys, like, what have you heard? Like, made a joke, tried to make it funny, comic relief. So that was, like, their way to just, like, kind of laugh it off and be like, okay, we're coming back into the world. Like, let's not make this so deep. Like, we're going to handle our shit. And then Justin's attorney comes out and is basically like, your wife is claiming sexual harassment and suing this man for sexual harassment and you're making it a joke. So that was his angle to, because you know they're gonna
everything,
you know they're gonna attack.
Yeah. I think that's a good point to make. Like,
if if we don't know, but if Blake is like sitting here claiming this and it's not really what happened and they're like,
oh yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously to her, I don't know what's true and what's not.
Yeah.
But if this is a claim, like, you'd think your husband be a little more like mindful, sentimental, remorse. Like, I wouldn't want to like make light of my wife's accusations.
Like, when I first saw it, I kind of was like, in a way, I was like, you know what? If you are not really team anyone, or like you are giving her the benefit of the doubt, like this wasn't the worst thing, because you're like, you know what, they're probably just sick of it and they want to just live a normal life, and like if this is something that they went through, like they're the type of people that this is how they handle shit, through comedy. But I can also see the other end of the spectrum with what you're saying, where you're like, maybe that's not in such great taste. When I initially saw it though, my first thoughts were like, okay, well, they're just trying to like break the ice and just be like, okay, we're back in society now.
See, I maybe I am a little more team Justin, because when you told me, I was like, that's
you
kind of
were like,
fucked
what
up.
the fuck?
I'm like, why? Who?
Yes.
I'm like, that's funny. Let's laugh about it. So fucking settle.
I can see. I mean, yeah, I guess I could see both sides, but I guess you can't win no matter what you do.
You
so
can't,
I feel like, how do you approach, like, if this is something that really happened to you and you don't want it to take power from your life anymore, like, you want to go to these events, like, yeah, I guess maybe ease in and stay quiet in the beginning. I thought when I initially saw that, I was like, okay, whatever. But then the very next day, he had a cameo on The Voice. So then I'm like, okay, overkill. Y'all are having way too much fun. Like, everybody relax.
Maybe that was recorded way before.
Yes, it was. Yeah. It was a pre-tape, so I don't know. But then I can't imagine like them not okaying the release of it on that day. Yeah. Like, they had to have known it was going to drop in that episode.
So this is my take on everything.
Yeah.
So I compared a lot to Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's case.
Okay.
And my thing about, like, say, like, Justin and Amber, like, if I'm comparing them,
yes.
Obviously I love my boy Johnny. I was on his side from the get. But I feel like Amber was it was hard to feel bad for her because she didn't seem very genuine. Well,
and she was caught literally lying.
And where I feel like Justin seems... like, even though he did the campaign thing that, was obviously
Smear
true.
Campaign.
Yeah. I would say, like, he's putting up a good facade that he's a nice guy.
Yes.
So it's kind of hard to, like feel bad. I mean, I feel bad for him because he seems a little sad. But then her feelings are valid if she says she was definitely. Yeah. But it's just it's so hard to compare
because there's just so many conflicting ideas, because you see that she obviously was like difficult to work with, and he was like walking on eggshells with certain things. But then you also see that like he signed a thing of like 30 things that he had to stop doing, and his team was like, okay, we agree with you, like, and also paid all this money afterwards to like make her look really bad, so like it didn't make him look bad when it got out. Like, so I don't know. I feel both ways on both sides, so I'm not like I guess I'll feel bad when we know what happened.
Yeah, I want this. They need a public.
But I just think that people like need to be a little bit more critical thinking. Like, what the craziest part to me is like everybody starts to sound like little minions. They all have the same opinion and the same argument, and they're just reciting. It's like they're copy pasting each other's thoughts. Like, you guys are brainwashed a little bit. Like, just it's.
Can we
crazy.
talk about? See, I'm a little annoyed with Colleen because, I understand there's drama around something that was so special to her.
Right.
But, like, I don't think she should be, like deleting pictures and all that stuff. Like, it's things that happened, and I know you don't want to shed light on any of it, but I think she just needs to, like, I mean, you're out there. You need to have a backbone and just keep going. So what happened
was, this is a good thing to bring up, Colleen Hoover returned to Instagram.
Yes.
She deleted her Instagram amid everything and then came back. And when her page was brought back, anything of Justin and Blake has been scrubbed. So it's not like she even like really took a stance and like deleted Justin or something. However, I will say this. There is a piece to this that makes it maybe a little different. When all of this was going down, and at the time, like, it wasn't just Blake that was like exiled from Justin. It was like Justin was alone, and the cast and Colleen and everybody were with Blake, and it was just Justin that was separated.
How do you know they weren't scared of Blake too?
No, I'm not saying that.
I'm trying to. No, I remember
so
this.
What I'm saying
now I'm starting to think too much.
I mean, I think if everybody was on set, and it is a little weird that at the time, if everybody's on set and you're seeing everything play out and he's the one that nobody's like wanting to hang with, it says something, but I don't know. I'm not here to judge. However, because now everybody's so team Justin, because the appearance was that Colleen was on Blake's side, and had also issued a statement when she did make a claim of sexual harassment. So she was kind of on Blake's side at the time. Because people were so pro Justin, they started going after Colleen's family. And then they started looking into all this stuff. They looked into her son. Then somebody made allegations against her son. So then it got so far down the well where she's like, fuck, I need to protect my family. Now my son is being dragged into this shit. And like, as a mama bear, like no matter what's happening, like that's your son. So then I understand to that regard, like, especially if she is more like, we don't know how innocent like she is or isn't in this whole situation. But if like now it's becoming an attack on your kid, like I don't blame her for just
you're showing your kids that if life gets tough, you just erase things. I think I wouldn't erase.
But if your kid is being attacked,
I know, but it's like
you.
But I know
it's not.
But
him.
I feel like you can't control what people are gonna do. And I think you just I'd be like, you know what? We're going to be tough. We're going to get through this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry this happened. This is happening. Maybe we need to move away. Like, but I would have handled it different. But I mean, to each their own. Like,
I am the type of person that like, if somebody was attacking me online or people, let's say I say something, I misspeak or something, God forbid, knock on wood. And like, I know my heart and who I am and whatever. And now every time I post content, that is the only thing that people mention. And that is like going after me, going after my kid, and I turn off my comments or something like that. I just look at it as I'm choosing my peace and this is my boundary.
Yeah.
If I need
turning
to take
off
a
your
break,
comments, that's fine.
If I need to deactivate for a little bit, I'm gonna deactivate. Like
I don't mind that she did that. It's just deleting the photos for me.
I
just think it's
I feel like I would have.
No, I wouldn't have. I would have just, I was proud about it in the moment.
Yeah.
This is a part of
because they were already up for the world.
And I feel like being an author, you're going to get people that don't like things. You're going to get people that take offense. You're going to get people that, feel like your story of DV isn't the same to theirs. Like, right. So I feel like you're always going to have that.
Which has already been a thing for her.
You have to prepare for that. And, it's hard, like to each their own, but I think she should have done what's best for her. But I think I would have handled it different. And I think running away is just, now you're back. And people are now going to be like, it's not going to stop.
May we never be in a position to know what it feels like. That's
Try
all I
me.
Say.
Honestly, I feel like we get some messages and I'm like, annoyed about it. But then I'm like,
we're not affected like that.
Yeah, no.
So it's not the same thing. Like they just want to make fun of us. That's fine. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Like that's
and honestly,
different.
People need to stop being fucking like. Why are you so involved in these people's lives?
Yes.
Like, what do you have to go out of your way to comment? Like, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I'll watch a show and I'm like, I gotta go tell this bitch how I feel about her.
And if you really don't know, like, calm down.
Yeah.
Like,
and leave families out of it.
And you can share your opinion, but you don't have to
threaten, bash,
and go nasty crazy. Like nasty crazy.
Yep.
One more thing I will say about the situation, going back to Ryan Reynolds, like in the video when he stood up to do his little funny skit and make light, Blake is sitting there looking. She's wild. She's looking at him like, what are you doing? And like everyone's like, she didn't know. There's no way that he's part of a skit. And like, not only do you not, like, there's no way you don't know, but I'm sure he also ran it by you. Like,
her reaction was part of it.
No way. Like, how people thinking like she didn't know, I think that there's no way that she didn't know. But I think her facials were really, really weird for knowing. Like, that was such a weird thing. Why are you looking at him like she looked at him
maybe like she was
I don't know
okay
who
with
this
it in the
man
moment, and then when it happened she was like, oh, now that I think about it, we did this in bad taste.
Yeah, maybe in the
she had to be
like,
all
her
Switzerland money
happening. I don't know. That was some weird reation.
Anyway. But I feel like that's their personality. Like, I'm not surprised they made light of a situation that should be serious.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they are, comedians, I guess. I don't know. Well, I just, I wish everyone exactly what they deserve. We don't know, but the Lord knows.
Exactly. God's watching.
So that's it. Okay. Onyx Storm, honey.
Oh my God,
honey,
there's so much to unfold.
I know. We can just do it like,
I feel like it was.
We read chapters 13 to 25 this week in Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros. We're getting deeper into the story. Where we left off was kind of where we find out that Xaden's going to be a professor, can't have a relationship with Violet. And then that's like where we were left. I mean, that ended up not being a thing now, but it was funny how when we jumped into those early chapters. So now for this week, we read chapters 14 through 25. When we did 14 to 25 for this episode, then we get into, like, of course, Dane's dad, General Atos, is like, if you're going to ask for an exemption, because they were saying, like, we were already in an existing relationship. Like, this is different. We're not fooling around, like, teacher student. He's like, yeah. If you're going to ask for an exemption, I'll tell you right now, no. Like, he was just the worst.
I agreed with him. I was like, well, you want to be a
Wow.
teacher? Yeah, because I think you can't
He didn't want
make
to be
exceptions.
I mean, he was kind of like,
yeah.
it's not really.
It's okay. He's going to die one day. Dane's dad is definitely Dane. I keep fucking Dane. And I know his name is
I'll give you a minute.
But anyways, he is going to die in the book, so they'll be fine. They're obviously still doing it.
So you're saying General Atos will die?
Yes.
Okay.
If not, Rebecca. You take Liam away. Will you keep that man?
So Dane is doing better. He's redeeming himself.
Yes,
though.
yeah, he got brownie points.
He's definitely, like, here's the thing: you want to believe your dad, and you think that the life is always as it has been, and then your eyes are opened a little bit. You see things for yourself, and you change and you grow, and I give him props for that.
Yeah, I don't want him dead anymore.
Like, yes, there you go. Great, we love to see that. So, and he's doing well. Like, he's helping out. He's even going to go against his father. And it's so sad because we've seen now up until this point, like, Violet keeps pushing down her feelings of, like, every time she thinks of her mom, she's like, shoot, I didn't have time to mourn, but I can't. And, like, she's like, block it. I have to all this shit to, like, do to save the world. And it's, like, so sad because she said at one point, she was like, if I take the time to properly mourn the people I've lost, like my mom, Liam, like, if I continue, my dad, if I continue to take the time to mourn for every person, I won't have enough time in this lifetime. And I was like, wow, like, that's so sad.
I just got to know, Rebecca, what's up with, like, everyone having problems with their parents? Like, no one has, like, a healthy, relationship with their parents.
I will say that you were team General Storm, Violet's mom.
I was.
I knew she'd come around. She's gonna come around, and she did. And her final act was like to die for her daughter. So she had her redemption piece. But yes,
her parenting is how my parenting would be. So now
it's kind of
tough love.
That's really a wild thing to say. You probably are forgetting.
I would die for. She died for her. I would.
Yeah. Oh, that part.
Yeah.
Okay, that part, not the beginning part.
No, the tough love part. Yeah, that too.
No. You're not remembering everything.
Look how great Violet turned out. Mostly her dad.
Abandonment. But yeah, sure. But yeah, so now it's kind of weird to hear Dane's father being referred to as General Atos because he's, like, now taken over, and that office that was once her mom's is now his, and, like, Dane is like, I'll go in there, I'll get you the research and information from your dad.
So least you could fucking do.
Yeah, and he's, like, on this whole ride with her. So he has been, like,
he's good again.
Yeah, he's doing good. He's redeeming himself for sure. We're still on this journey to, like, find the Irid dragons, like, where they are. And there's been, like, some hurdles along the way. Like, how are you feeling about this section that we read, 14 to 25?
I feel like it's a lot. Like, I feel like a lot of the big things, like, her dad helping her out with everything, her dad, like, communicating with her. Remember, I thought one time the dad was alive. I was like, maybe he's not dead.
Yeah.
but he obviously is. He left her clues to kind of help her figure everything out.
I always kind of feel like he's coming back, but, like,
you can't bring the brother and the dad back.
Yeah, I know. And the mom, and then the Liam.
Liam could come back.
Liam.
If I had to choose one person to come back, it's Liam.
100%. Yes. Like, for sure, Liam.
I'm telling you, I think her other signet is going to be something with death.
Yeah. So we know that Violet is going to have another signet.
Yeah, for sure.
We know at this point that Venom can have signets. We know the marked ones usually have a second signet. So, yeah, like, things are coming.
Yep.
Things are happening.
And Stephanie, is that her name? Theophany?
Theophany. Theophany, something.
Something about her. I feel like she's going to be such a huge part of it, but I think in a good way. I think she's going to bring them together. Like, she's going to tame her people, and, Violet's going to control her people, and they're going to come together and not have these issues. And I think it's going to be
It's
harmony.
like she's always making it known that, like, she's watching and she knows where they are at all times. But she's like, I'm protecting you for a reason.
Yeah, like I think she knows that her dragon is special, and maybe they have a need for her dragon too, but not in a way to like hurt her or anything.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see how that unfolds.
I have a lot of notes. I'm just trying to see like
the important stuff.
Which parts?
Well, we should go through where the dad sent her to.
Yes.
Oh, we got to talk about her ex too. I kind of hate that Rebecca put an ex in there because I'm like, I don't want no love triangle shit.
Well, it's not going to be really a love triangle shit, but I think I liked it because it just, like, you have to sauce it up a little bit. Like, we already dealt with Kat, so, like, now it's her turn, and I'm okay with that because it's not really going to be a love triangle, but it's, like, funny to see the situation play out and Zayden's reaction to Prince Halden.
Like, Zayden, come on, control yourself.
Like,
she can't go from you back to him.
She was doing better with Kat than you're doing with Halden. Ugh. But so basically she's like on this whole mission. And when it comes down to it too, like she can feel her intuition is like pulling her south. And they were like, everyone, like she assembled this team. She like originally was going to go make this deal, whatever. And she was like, you know what? I don't want to follow these parameters. I don't want these people on my team. I'm going to assemble my team. I'm going to go here. I'm going to do it myself. Like whatever. So she gets her little squad together, and at first, like, everyone was like, we're going north. Grady was like, we're going north. And they all were going north. And Violet had said the entire time, like, I feel pulled to go south. Like, I have a feeling, like, whatever. So then eventually, like, she gets to try it her way. Mm-hmm. We end up losing Grady. Aura, that, like, she was always stubborn and she was always, like, questioning things and, like, whatever. And she was getting super nervous and like literally killed him by fire wielding. Like, okay. And then she ended up getting killed. So we lost her.
They be dropping like flies.
They be dropping and being introduced and dropped like so quickly. I don't know if Rebecca needed to do all that with this character that we didn't know about before. There's too many characters sometimes that like I'm like, I'm
still struggling with Dane and Dean.
Well, that's a
me
problem. But
I liked when she went to that place to get her dad's whatever he left her, the journals, and she had quizzed her.
Yes.
And I was like, damn, you were dating that man for how many months and he was cheating on you?
Well, what do you mean?
Like with the 3 questions she asked. So the last one was like, why did you and whatever his name is break up?
Well, he was sleeping with his professor. Which is crazy. But she walked in on it and then ended. Yeah. Like, she didn't. It wasn't like she was staying with him.
Violet ain't no dumb bitch.
There was a whole thing with this situation. Like, they ended up. I want to get the name right. Let me read it. Of the place that they went to. Hold on.
I know the lady's name is Narelle.
Yeah, no, she was. I loved her.
Her squad.
That whole thing I really want to dissect well.
Yeah.
But so basically, like, she gets a letter from her dad. Okay, also we know that like Halden has a thing with his guard. That's another thing that came up. But basically who also like traveled with them was with their little crew. But so this all really started because like her dad has been leaving her clues and like leaving passcodes and things that she has to like unlock to open everything. So she gets a letter and it basically had a like hint on it, and it was like something about like your first, like the first true love
for her mom's
and
dragon.
Then everybody was like would have just guessed to put down like his wife's name, but it was like his wife's first love, which was the dragon.
Yep.
Amser. So that was the answer, and he knew Violet would get it, and if the passcode was entered wrong, the book would have been destroyed.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So he knew that like he knew his daughter basically. And I like that we're getting pieces of life from the dad, even though he's gone.
But I'm also like, what was wrong with Mira? Why couldn't he do this to Mira? Why was Violet?
Violet's
actually,
special. Narelle said that like she had a different purpose and path. Like Narelle had even said it to Mira, and she also said like it was also that her mother was like more guiding her, like Mira. But
with the scribe,
exactly. Violet was like the scribe kid who like ended up not being a scribe. But in his letter, he said to Violet to go to Corden and go to, from there, Devreli, which is that island that they end up going to. Once there, she must find a merchant named Narelle Anselm, and he instructs her to give Narelle the rarest thing she owns in exchange for something she will need. So she's now thinking, like, let me get this gem to Narelle. So they go to, and that place, Devreli, was the place where Violet had originally wanted to go to. So her dad is like validating her, and he's gone. He's like done. He's thought through everything. They get to Devreli, and they've now lost all connections, no power, no bonds with their dragons.
Yep.
And Violet is the only one who's connected.
Yeah.
And I think it has to do with Andarna. Because
or maybe this is her other signet that she.
Well, there was a comment made like, does it have to do with, like, somebody was like, maybe because it's like that kind of dragon.
Andarna is special, yeah.
And I was like, well, this is probably where those dragons really are. And I think that's why on this island she can still like save, like, have her. But I thought
the other dragons were getting weak from being like.
The other dragons were ill. Were like not doing very well on the island, but all magic like and bonds ceased except for, and it's not, she didn't even have hers to Xaden. She was only able to connect with her own dragons. Yes. And so then they find this woman, and there's a moment where Xaden is relishing in this island, and he's looking around, and she's like, he's so relaxed, and she's looking at him, but she almost gets a little scared because at one point he was like, I feel like at peace, like I'm not at the mercy of my feeling like I have to channel or my magic or this or that. Like, I just like
himself.
But then that she said it made her like a little nervous, and then I remembered what Jack Barlow said to her. At one point when they were talking about it, he was like, and they Imogen keeps wiping Jack Barlow's memory, so he doesn't recall that they're having these conversations. But he said to Violet, like, eventually what happens with Venin is they choose this life because they feel such peace. And they don't want to feel tied down by like this magic and this purpose and this thing that they have to do. Like they just feel like eternally like free. And so she like had a moment where she felt this gut like,
and we also
sick to her stomach because she's like, shoot, is he gonna start like desire, like is this coming out?
Well, we also learned that he taught her how to like kill him. Yeah.
That I feel like might be that's what's gonna happen. Because he kept hinting at it. He was like, there's only one person that can kill me. And then he admitted it was her. That's a big, big, big thing, Rebecca, to drop.
Don't be foreshadowing. I'm telling you, sis.
That's foreshadowing.
If Zay Daddy goes,
I'm gonna predict right now that the last page at the last page
of
this
guess?
book. Before me, go ahead.
So I think this is going to be some fucking like right before he dies, the venom part goes away when she slowly kills him, but then he comes back to life as a normal person again. That's going to happen
in this book.
He's going to get rid of his venom thing by like slowly dying but coming back. This is some Twilight shit. When Bella was dying from the baby, but then she came back. That's what it's going to be like.
I have my prediction was going to be more specifically that similar, but more specifically that Violet has to kill him on the last page. And
in the new book he comes back.
And then in the new book he comes back. Which I think is kind of Twilight.
Her other signet can be that, you know, something with the death, and he's never really gone because she has.
What if her other signet has to do
bring him back
with healing Venin?
Ooh.
Because if Andarna is her dragon and Andarna is part of the cure, then like she has to have something that.
You know what I would love? If she sacrifices herself so Xaden lived.
Okay, I'm gonna cut that out. No, but we're on to something here. Like I think that Violet's signet is gonna have to do with being the cure,
like bringing people back from dead. Like, well,
not
really
bringing
dead,
people back from the dead. I think she's gonna be able to cure the venin.
That's gonna take too much energy out of her. She can't cure them all.
But I think her signet works. This is just my prediction.
Yeah.
I think that she has some missing puzzle. Like she'll be able to help. And because Andarna is her dragon and Andarna is obviously going to be part of the answer and the cure, I think that Violet's signet is going to be in line with that.
I would kind of be sad if they were cured. Because they like being what they are. They just need to learn to be nicer and not kill people.
Oh
you know, I feel like you can't get rid of a whole.
They can modify them. That's what the dragon can do. So like maybe there's some answer here, but I don't. They like being like that, but they don't really have their own free thought.
Maybe Stephanie wants to be cured.
They don't have, yes, maybe. I mean, I don't know, but they don't really have, like, they've been turned, so they think that this is what they want. Like, if you were to ask Xaden before, like, would you want to say like this? He's not going to say yes. It's just
I thought Jack Barlow wanted to be it.
Yeah, he did, because, like, once you become a Venom, like, this is where your thoughts go. Like, this is, like, part of your calling when you've transitioned.
We can't get rid of them.
Okay.
Thank you.
I don't know anyone who's Team Venom. Go ahead, girl.
I want them to be. It's like, you know, like the people that just need help. They need to find Jesus, and Jesus is in Darna.
This is
okay. I'm sorry. This went south. All right.
It could be a hot take.
Maybe Rebecca got a sick mind like me.
I'm not saying they're not going to be. You know, they'll fully be like whatever they are, but like I think there's a way to make them not these like dirty.
I don't remember
killers.
what show it is.
But like you basically become infected. It's like Walking Dead. Then you're a zombie and you think you
No,
want to be
Walking
a
Dead. There's another one that's like Van Helsing. You know how like some of them.
I don't know.
Okay, well, some of them are like they're bad, but they're not. They're zombies with brains. Like they can choose to. So I think Xaden's gonna run the Venom people, but keep them in check.
Okay.
And then her people and his people are gonna get married, and then she's gonna keep him calm and all their people, and they're just gonna have a happy Venom and coexistence world.
I wonder if like people who are really fantasy people listening to this are like, are you?
They agree with me. They sick shit.
I feel like there could be something where he's where it could be that they're misunderstood and they could be modified in a way. And I'm not saying that he's going to be fully cured, but I think there's a way, and maybe it is kind of what you're saying. There's a way where they can be good and still all come together in the end.
Yeah. Or we just kill Xaden and then bring him back normal.
Yes. That's where we were going until. Okay. But it's possible that they could be also good, you know.
Whenever my mind goes crazy, it's never right.
It could be a benefit that he is on that side. You know what I mean? And he's also knowing how they operate. He knows they can sense, like the younger ones can't be hidden. You can sense them, and only when you're older can you not. Like
it comes in handy.
Learning about their kind. So maybe there's a way to work together. But we will see what happens. Mm-hmm. I do want to say with Narelle, like a couple of these pieces here. So she goes there, and Narelle, I just love kind of seeing like her dad's thoughts kind of come through all these messages. So she goes there and she's thinking like, oh, I have to bring a precious possession, like something, the best like treasure that I have to offer in exchange for what my dad has for me. And she's bringing this gem. And then she goes there and she learns like, no, what he meant was my mind. Not an actual my biggest treasure was my mind. Like that was
gonna be her man.
Her dad. That's what her dad wanted her to bring. And then she has to answer these three questions. It's so funny that Narelle looks at Xaden and was like, "Oh wow, look, you are so in love with Dane." That was really funny for me.
Yeah, she is a character.
I really liked that. And then she's like answering these questions, and then we do learn though that part of like the deal that fell through, which was like we had learned that Violet was reading things and she was kind of coming to conclusions, but she's like, I'm keeping it to myself. I'm not saying anything. So we didn't know what she was talking about. And then Narelle basically like asked her.
And she quizzed her, yeah.
And so in her quizzes, like some of the questions were like the first one was super basic, like the name of the manuscript. But then the second question, she asked her why the Crovlin rebellion failed. And the answer was because she shared her belief that if it failed, Crovlin promised Deverelli dragons. But was unable to deliver them. And then everyone's like, what? Like, this is crazy. Like, it was a big thing. And then also asked why. It was funny because the dad was like
random.
The dad was like, it was kind of just like only things Violet could answer.
Yeah.
And then the last question was like, why didn't you and Halden work out? Because the dad at the time knew that they wouldn't work out. So it's just funny to see like his thought process at the time
through her, like what he was disclosing with her. Yeah,
and like he knew something would happen, but didn't know what it would be. So that was funny. I loved that chick. She was cool, and so I guess we'll see.
And then it ends with him and Xaden and Violet having to go meet with.
Oh, Halden was taken. And so now Xaden is the only aristocrat that can go meet with the king.
Oh, yes, the king. Okay.
So he has to like basically go save Halden. But it was like they were so happy-go-lucky they could finally have sex without him worrying about him channeling. And they're finally being intimate. Like they get their moment, and then a knock on the door, and it's the whole crew. Like, we have to save Halden. Like, just let them be. Damn it.
Yeah. Such a COCK block.
Yeah. Let him be.
I was like, wait, it's starting. I was like, oh.
She even said to him, like, let's just, if you want to just stay here, like, we can. But he was like, no, we can't do this. Like, But yeah, I guess we'll see. So in the next section of chapters, we're going to read from chapter 26 to 40 for next week's episode.
If you're watching on YouTube, please make sure to subscribe. We're also on TikTok and Instagram at Book Please Podcast. Make sure to follow Alina's TikTok, Elina here, and make sure to follow little Enzo at Enzo on TikTok.